Hello everyone and welcome back to the Football Chat Live. It is day 7 of Euro 2024, 1 week on from when we opened the tournament with Germany, Scotland, and today we've got a very, very important game. Slovakia taking on Ukraine, two sides where this game is big for them for different reasons. For Slovakia, after beating Belgium, they now need only a point really to see themselves through. For Ukraine, a very, very disappointing loss. They were dismantled 3-0 by Romania, and for Ukraine, it is a must-win match. A draw would still keep them in the top competition, but would be very, very tough to get through. A draw for Slovakia, and they know that they are very much going to be through in this game. So this is big. This is really, really big. And for Slovakia, if they can get something from today, if they can confirm a place in the European Championship knockout stage, that would be absolutely brilliant. And Francesco Calzona would be heralded for doing work that would have been unthinkable to Slovakian fans before this tournament. So a big, big game for them. As I said though, for Ukraine, they were quarter-finalists in Euro 2020, and now they could be 90 minutes away from nearly being dumped out of Euro 2024. That would be a massive shame. So, Sergei Rebrov and his side have got to find a result today. And to do that, it looks like they have made some changes. We will get into the lineups in just a moment. But yeah, let me get those teams up then. As I said, Rebrov has made a lot of changes. He was not happy with what he saw in that Romania game, but we'll start with Slovakia, and it is an unchanged 11 from the side that beat Belgium. Martin Dubravka in goal. It's a back four of Hanko, Skriniar, Vavro and Pekarik. In the midfield three is Kuchka, Lobotka and Duda. And then the front three, Haraslin, Bozanic, and then Schranz. Obviously, Schranz, the one finding the goal in that game that won the game for Slovakia. And then for Ukraine, it's a 4-2-3-1, so the same shape, but 4 changes. And the first change is in goal. Andrei Lunin benched for this game. Anatoly Trubin brought in. Still a very, very good goalkeeper. And after Lunin's error, he is axed. A back four of Zinchenko, Matvienko, Zabani and Timchik. He comes in to replace Konoplia. In the pivot, there is also a change. Shaparenko holds his place, but Stepanenko has been dropped. And in his place comes Brazko. Across the three, then Mudryk keeps his place on the left-hand side. He was probably Ukraine's best player. He had a good flurry of dribbles and things, so he keeps his place. Sudakov stays in the 10 role, but Andriy Yarmolenko comes onto the right-hand side to replace Zygankov, and then Artem Dovbyek holds his place, leading the line for Ukraine. And obviously we'll start with Ukraine, due to the fact they've made so many changes. I think Sergei Rebrov's got it right, to be completely honest. They're the right changes for me. The performance on Monday against Belgium was not good enough. They needed to make changes, and that is exactly what he did. And I look at these changes, I think Konoplia had a pretty poor game. Down the left-hand side, he was really struggling against Koman. So that makes sense for me. Lunin made a massive error an error that led to a goal. So that change makes sense for me. And Trubin is still a very, very good goalkeeper. I think Stepanenko is probably the harshest change in there. I don't think he had a bad game, but Brazko is still a decent player. And again, I think if anything from Rebrov, it's a statement. Making so many changes is a statement that if you don't play well enough at this tournament, you don't deserve to represent your national team. You don't get to wear that shirt, don't get to go out and start the game. And then obviously the final change was Zygankov being dropped, and Yarmolenko coming on to that right-hand side. Again, it seems correct. Zygankov was very quiet in the Romania game. Yarmolenko comes in, he takes the armband. I think he offers you a lot of experience. He's a very, very good leader. So if things don't start as well as Ukraine want them to, players like Yarmolenko and Shaparenko, they're your leaders on the pitch. They're going to keep the team calm because Ukraine know they have the quality to win the game today. I look at they're a better side than Slovakia on paper. And I think the big thing for Ukraine is that the most disappointing thing about the Romania game was the way they responded. They didn't play too badly. Then they conceded due to due to Stanciu's absolute belter. And it was the response from that, from Ukraine, that was really, really shocking. I was stunned because they did well, 1-0 down at half-time, and as any other quality side would, you go into half-time, you regroup, and you go again. Ukraine didn't do that. They came out the second half looking worse than they did in that first half. Romania took advantage of it. And yes, Romania scored 2 very, very good goals. But the overall performance was really, really poor from Ukraine. They will need to step it up. They will need to play better in this game. Because as Jack says, if Ukraine don't win here, they are practically out of the competition. That is worrying. That is really, really worrying for Ukraine. There's a lot riding on this game. They have to win here today. Simple as that. Equally, it is not going to be an easy job. I mean, Slovakia against Belgium, I think on the whole, played well. Decent side. I think Hanko, yes, Doku caused him a lot of problems, but he had a decent game. I was very impressed with Stanislav Lobotka. Lobotka controlled everything in that midfield. He propped that Slovakian team up. He cut everything out that was trying to get forward for Belgium, and he made it possible so that the team could push on to the attack because they had the safety of him sitting behind them. He played really, really well. He was an incredible team player in that game, was Stanislav Lobotka. So I was very impressed with how he played. But as I said, Slovakia on the whole played well. It was a good performance. However, I do feel they did get lucky at times. Belgium scored 2 goals that were both disallowed. Romelu Lukaku missed several chances to put his side ahead. Doku did well. Again, Doku did get in behind. He did cause Slovakia problems. And yes, I think Slovakia were a decent side, and clearly they can go out and beat anyone on their day. But I think against better opposition, against a team that would take their chances, I feel Slovakia would struggle, because realistically Belgium should have won that game because look at the Romania-Ukraine game. Romania deserved to win that on merit. And I'm not saying Slovakia didn't deserve to win, but if anything, if Belgium had taken their chances, Slovakia would have lost. I think, yes, they played well, yes, they were strong at the back, but they did let through quite a lot, and Belgium were wasteful. So I don't really know how to judge Slovakia. Was that a really strong performance? Yes. But equally, was it a really bad game from Belgium? Also yes. So this is going to be an interesting game to see where the playing field is at for Slovakia. For Ukraine, they were simply not good enough against Romania. They should have won that game on paper. They've got more quality than Romania. Everyone had them. Tipped them to beat Romania pretty comfortably. And in the end, they didn't just lose, they were played off the park in every single department. And again, though, Ukraine were really bad. How good are Romania? We'll find out tomorrow, 8 o'clock, Romania-Belgium. That is going to be a very, very good game. But the team's coming out the tunnel now then. And as we know, the equation is simple for Ukraine. Fail to win and they are out. There's a lot riding on this game. If you are just joining just before kickoff here, make sure to have your say in the poll, get involved in the live chat, let me know what you're thinking going into this game. But yeah, and Rebrov is bold. We see a lot of managers, even when things don't go right, they'll stick with the same 11. They'll back the players they trust. Rebrov, he isn't doing that today. He has, made a lot of changes to the starting 11, showing a clear intent that if you do not play well enough, you do not get in his team. And for Ukraine, that's simple as that. And I think to be honest, some people are probably surprised that there's only 4 changes. And I think the 7 players that kept their place can probably count themselves a little bit lucky. For Zabani and Matvienko, I think they're 2 decent centre-halves. But realistically, I think if Ukraine had better quality in defence, those 2 weren't great. You're conceding 3 goals to Romania. It's not good enough. Yes, again, Romania played really well, but Ukraine were all over the place. And I think that is why Rebrov has brought in players like Yarmolenko just to come in as a leader, just to bring a bit of experience, just to steady the ship, really. For Ukraine, Rebrov won't be expecting to be 2-0 up inside 10 minutes. He will just want to see a marked improvement. settle into the first 5-10, get on the ball, play their football, because I fully believe that if Ukraine play the way we know they can, like they have it in the Nations League, like they have in qualifying, I think they've got enough here to beat Slovakia. The question is, will Ukraine turn up today? I think when it, there's a reason they got, and I'm going to get to my prediction now, because there's a reason that Ukraine got to the quarterfinals in Euro 2020. They are a good football team, and I think they will turn up today. I think they will play well. Jack also agreeing, so Ukraine should win this, going 2-1 to Ukraine. Yeah, I think it'll be close, but I expect Ukraine to deliver today. You've gone 2-1 Ukraine. I'm going to go 3-1 Ukraine. I think it'll be a little bit more convincing, a bit more of a statement, and it'll be a big win that hopefully will be enough to help them stay in the tournament. But yeah, I will go then. I think Ukraine will open the scoring through Artem Dovbyek. I will then go for a Slovakia equaliser from Haraslin, but then it'll be 2 goals in the second half from Mihailo Mudryk and Saigankov on the bench to prove a point. He's been dropped today. I think he'll come on in the 70th, 75th minute and have a 15-minute cameo and still score and prove to Rebrov, you should not have dropped me. Because that's the other thing. I think that's good from Rebrov as well, because if you are one of the 4 players that has been dropped for this game, you are going to, the attitude should be that when you do get your opportunity again, you're going to prove to Rebrov that you deserve that place. But yeah, a lot on Ukraine there, because I feel like this is a bigger game for Ukraine than it is for Slovakia. For Slovakia, I think that, yes, they beat Belgium, and to be honest, now they've beat Belgium, they'll feel like they probably should get through. They'll look at how Ukraine played, and yes, Romania will be tough. These are 2 tough games for Slovakia, but they've got 3 points. 3 points can be enough to see you through. If you get 4 points, you are practically through. Like, if you get 4 points and you don't go through, you must be one of the unluckiest teams to in Euros history. For Slovakia, they know that. They know that if they can get a point, they should be through. And if they're on 4 points with a game to play, that would be absolutely brilliant. And dare I say it, even, they can win. But yeah, for Slovakia, it's about taking their chances and trying to prevent Ukraine from playing their football and getting their quality on the ball. But yeah, it is a decent Slovakia side. Skriniar is a very, very good centre-half. I think Vavro had a good game against Belgium. Duda and Lobotka in the middle there were playing really nicely as well. And obviously Schranz finding the goal. I think Haraslin played pretty well as well. And obviously Schranz scored. And I feel like Bozanic's a very good striker, because if you can get him on the ball, he can hold it up, and he can help you defensively by holding up the ball so well. Referee for today is Michael Oliver, a referee that us Premier League watchers all know a lot about, so that could be good. But yeah, a really, really good game, I feel, coming up. The poll in chat going 50% Slovakia, 25% Ukraine, 25% draw. So very interestingly, chat favouring Slovakia. I'm my best guess is that is based off what we saw on Monday with Ukraine, being played off the park, with Slovakia, grinding out a win against Belgium. They did have to dig deep. They did have to hold on. There were a few hairy moments, but they did manage to survive. And that's the main thing for them. And they've done it once against Belgium. Why can't they do it again against Ukraine? If Ukraine are wasteful, just like Belgium are, there's no reason that Slovakia cannot win this game today. But yeah, we thoroughly expect Ukraine to turn up, to perform, to really... I don't think that, they might put on a show. That's the thing. For Ukraine today, yes, obviously a win is great, but they would love to, if I predicted 3-1, if it is 3-1 today, that would be brilliant for Ukraine, because, I think that would then prove to everyone, okay, yeah, they're still a decent side. It was just a one-off. If they get a scrappy 1-0 today, good. They'll take it because it means they're still in the competition. But it wouldn't show much, really. But yeah, a big game kicking off in a few moments' time. So I've just put off there. There's Scottish fans in the stadium. Why not? I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You might as well go and watch. If you're in the area, if if you're in Dusseldorf, which is hosting today, we have seen a bit of rain in the warm-ups. It isn't raining at the moment, but that could be on the cards. We've seen quite a lot of rain in the last week or so. I mean, we have been going for a week. That's the thing, it's crazy how fast it is flying by. We are already a week into this Euros. And to show how fast it's flying by, we've got Ukraine here on the brink of elimination already. And they're going up against a very hard-working Slovakian side here. And players like him, Artem Dovbyk, need to step it up today. He was not good enough. Mudryk, he had good flurries against Romania, but the end product was lacking. Ukraine need to up their game. Slovakia, I mean, a draw would be enough. But yeah, we are about to get underway. It will be Slovakia to kick us off here. A huge 90 minutes for both sides. It will be Bosniak then to knock the ball back when the referee is happy. Michael Oliver just checking everything's in order. And still we wait. Still waiting. Not sure what the hold-up is. Slovakia going for the kick-it-long tactic, and we are underway then. Ball back to Skriniar, and he will fire it up the pitch to relieve all the pressure, to just allow yourselves to get up the pitch and put pressure on the opposition. And Lobotka is cleared, unsurprisingly, and Lobotka can recycle it. If Slovakia are to do well today, it will be because of Stanislav Lobotka. He was brilliant in that Belgian game, and if he performs as well as he did, if he manages to hold that midfield together, he's the glue in there. And also when he gets the ball down to his feet, he is brilliant. Harris in there having a bit of a, I don't know what it was, a bit of a rogue effort, a bit of a half cross, half shot that wasn't troubling anyone. It goes into the side, just rolls into the side netting really. And Ukraine will have a chance to play out here. Trubin donning the gloves. It's an interesting decision from Rebrov. I think obviously Lunin is a very, very good goalkeeper. Yes, he did make an error in that Romania game. Trubin obviously is still a very, very good goalkeeper. Obviously, he's always been rumoured with a move to a bigger league in Europe. Hasn't quite got it yet, but maybe a good game here today, a strong tournament could be what he needs. Ball put out play there by Hanko, and Ukraine will have it back. Oh no, perhaps not. It was a Slovakia throw. Thought that came off Hanko there, but apparently it didn't. But yeah, Slovakia, they're going to settle in here. They're going to try and just slowly make their way into the game. And obviously, they scored pretty early on against Belgium, but that was definitely a counter-attack. Here is Bosniak. He plays into Harrison, who's already got the wrong side of Timchik. Here is Harrison. Cuts it back to Bosniak, to Stanislav Lobotka. Out wide to Pekarik. Pekarik playing it down the line to Schranz. Back to the right back. Lobotka's going to work it round. That is a poor pass away from Lobotka. He hasn't looked up. And now Mudryk is driving forwards for Ukraine. But he's dispossessed. Well won back in there by Stanislav Lobotka. A brilliant way to respond to if you lose the ball. Get back in. Win it back for your team. And big tackle in there from Yarmolenko. Has left Harrison on the deck. Michael Oliver has given a free kick. A bit of a weird one from... I don't really know. That is a free kick, to be honest. The ball's nowhere near either of them. But I don't think Yarmolenko didn't really... I wouldn't say take him out. If anything, Yarmolenko was already on the floor and then Harrison fell over him. But yeah, Vavro into Pekarik. Goes back to Vavro. This is what I mean. Slovakia settling in. Gary, welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. Welcome, mate. Here is Skriniar. Across to Vavro, looking, every time he's got his head up, they're looking to find that ball into Harrison. That's the danger man. That's where Slovakia are going to get their joy today. Can they find that ball in behind into their left winger? See if they can get in the wrong side of Timchik, because he's very quick, Harrison. He can cause a lot of problems. Had a really good game against Belgium. I mean, that's how Slovakia scored, coming down that left-hand side with Harrison. I know, obviously, eventually Doku just passed it into the penalty area for them, but still, they were putting the pressure on down that left-hand side. Here is Pekarik then. throwing it to Schranz. Schranz back to Pekarik, but the flag is up, and that will be a Ukraine free kick. But yeah, Ukraine haven't really gotten the ball yet, to be honest, in the first, few minutes. Slovakia definitely setting the tempo, setting the tone for how they want to play this game. Because I do feel Slovakia, they want more possession than they had on Monday against Belgium. Because Belgium had a lot of the ball and put them under a lot of pressure. And if they had a better striker up front, they could have probably done better. Nearly losing the ball in there was Timchik, but well recovered by Zabani. Matvienko is now going to try and find that ball, looking for Artem Dovbyk. It's a lovely ball in behind. It's Yarmolenko, and it is offside, so it doesn't matter. But not a bad ball from Matvienko, looking for Yarmolenko, and that is a tight one. I mean, surely you'd let that play, because Yarmolenko could have done something from that chance. Rebrov already looking frustrated, because he'd expect a response from his side. Because he's probably from what he's seen in the first 4 or 5 minutes, he's probably thinking, "Oh no, here we go again," because Slovakia are playing the better football. Equally, Bosniak's just been dispossessed there, and Ukraine have it back, and now they've got a chance to get on the ball, to play their stuff. Here's Zinchenko. Try and work it around Slovakia, make Slovakia run after them. Because that's what Belgium did. Belgium were really, obviously having Jeremy Doku to unlock defences is quite helpful. But equally, Ukraine have got that. Mudryk is the type of player, and here he is on the ball. He's the type of player that can cause problems. Here is Timchik on the overlap. He's going to swing it in towards Artem Dovbyk, but it doesn't even get off the ground, which isn't great when Dovbyk, you got someone the size of Dovbyk, got to put it in the air, and tussling between Dovbyk and Vavro, and that is a Slovakian free kick. But yeah, that ball's got to be better. That ball from Timchik has got to be better in there. Like, Dovbyk, brilliant goal scorer, massive aerial threat, and you're putting the ball in on the floor. Don't make any sense whatsoever. Here is Martin Dubravka then. And he will play it short to Vavro. That was the most pointless free kick ever, because Vavro has now played it back to Dubravka. And Ukraine, Dubravka is now deep into his own half here, because Ukraine have just allowed him to play so high. He's a good 30 yards out of goal here is Martin Dubravka. I like the game that Slovakia are trying to play. It's ballsy. Usually only the best quality sides will have their goalkeeper, sitting 30 yards out of his own net. It's risky, but it's ballsy. Here's Pekarik into Lobotka. Schranz knocks it back. On the move is Duda, plays it out wide. Here is Hanko into Haraslin. Haraslin, a lovely turn to beat Timchik. Whips it in there, and it is claimed by Anatoly Trubin. But that's what I mean about Haraslin, is causing problems on that left-hand side. And again, a lovely little turn. Drop with the shoulder one way, turns the other way. Timchik can't keep up with him. Naive defending really there. Obviously, Timchik was brought into this game replacing Konoplia. Has not had a good start. Here is Zinchenko, plays it inside to Brazo. Here's Shaparenko. Lovely little dink to Zabani, who for some reason has just smashed it up in the air. Skriniar wins the header. It's messy, but it's fallen to Lobotka. Lobotka again to Hanko. Again, Slovakia having a lot of the ball here. Really enjoying themselves at the moment. They've looked pretty comfortable in the first, 10 minutes or so here. That switch looking for Pekarik, but intercepted by Zinchenko. It's up in the air again. Pekarik winning the header that time, and that ball will be knocked back to Dubravka. Dubravka was massive for Slovakia in that game. He made some brilliant saves. Kept them in that Belgium tie. Kept them ahead. Hanko hooked one off the line. That's what I mean by, Slovakia did get a bit fortunate. They had a few hairy moments in that game, but they held on. That's what matters. Here is Haraslin once again, causing more problems for Slovakia, but that was better. And now Ukraine can counter that. Sudakov plays it down the line. Yarmolenko running forward with the ball. Looking for, that is a terrible, terrible pass. Looking for Brazo, and it's absolutely nowhere near him. A huge letdown for Ukraine. A really good opportunity. And a poor pass from Andriy Yarmolenko. Would have expected better. He's bought again another player. And I worry for Rebrov here because the changes he's made aren't playing very well. And it's I don't know, it's strange. But here is Haraslin running at Timchik. He drops the shoulder. He drops the shoulder again. This is superb from Haraslin, and it's a good save from Anatoly Trubin with his feet. Shuffles his body well to deny the Slovakian winger. Slovakia still coming forward though. Schranz, he's got space here. Uses Pekarik. Pekarik will cross it in, and it's headed away by Matvienko, only as far as the edge of the area. Not a very good clearance from Brazo. Here is Duda, plays it to Hanko. Hanko puts it in there, and it's messy, and it falls. And what a save that is from Trubin. Falls to Schranz at the back post. And it's a huge save. Another massive, massive save from Anatoly Trubin. And Ukraine are hanging in here once again. Garrison going for a Slovakia win this match 2-0. Fair enough. I mean, I went for a 3-1 Ukraine win. I think Ukraine will respond. But the poll, thinking 60% of the poll thinking Slovakia will win. Gary thinks Slovakia will win. And based on the first 10 minutes, I mean, Slovakia have been all over Ukraine. The ball was whipped in there by Hanko. It was messy. Then Zabani miscleared it, although the ball over the top there from Mudryk will run on to Dubravka. But yeah, the ball was whipped in by Hanko. Zabani goes to clear it. He miskicks it. It falls to Schranz at the back post. And it was an incredible save from Anatoly Trubin. He has made 3 big saves already to keep this game level. And we're only 10 minutes through. It's Ukraine, it just feels like it's going to happen again. And this is brilliant football from Slovakia. Here is Pekarik looking for the switch. Can he find Haraslin? He can. Brilliant touch from the winger. Here is Duda. Duda looking to cross it in. He will have a go from range instead. Drags it just wide. But Ukraine are struggling. Slovakia are all over them in these first 10 minutes. This effort from Duda, dragging it wide, not troubling Trubin in the Ukraine net. Here was the big chance then. Matvienko clears it into his own head. It will then fall to Schranz, and that is an incredible, incredible save. And this was Harrison's shot earlier on as well that was denied by Trubin with an outstretched right leg. I mean, you feel that Slovakia, yes, they'll be happy, but they're having so many chances. They'll be wanting to take these opportunities. Zinchenko trying to find a pass forwards and can't. Eventually forced back to play it to Matvienko. Here is Zinchenko once more. Playing it back to his centre half. Matvienko again. Into Brazo. That's a really nice drop of the shoulder. And Ukraine are coming forwards then. Yarmolenko, ball to Timchik. Looks for Dovyek and it's just behind him. Recycled again though by Shaparenko. Into Zinchenko. Here is Brazo. Plays it one more. And it's a decent effort from range, and that is not going to trouble anyone. I think that was Matt. Sorry, that was Brazo stepping in. Not a bad effort. Not really troubling Dubravka though. Straight into the hands of the Slovakian keeper. But yeah, you feel that. I mean, Ukraine did well there. That was a decent move, but their only chances are coming on the counter. That's not how it should be. Ukraine shouldn't be the side that are setting up deep, getting caught deep here and then having to hit on the counter. They have the quality to be absolutely, they should be all over Slovakia. But it's the opposite way round. Indian welcome to the stream saying, hello friend, hello mate, welcome. But yeah, a good start to this game. A very lively start. And again, Slovakia looking to come forwards. That is cut out though. Here is Brazo. He plays it to Andrei Yarmolenko. Just bringing it forward now slowly. Needs an option. Hasn't really got one. Plays it into Dovbyk, who rolls it to Sudikov. Don't know why Dovbyk has fizzed at his teammate when he really didn't want it. Sudikov couldn't have done anything with that. Cut out there by Yarmolenko, out for a Slovakian free kick. But yeah, I mean, Ukraine being let down by their decision making, really, so far. Just not getting it right whenever they come forward. And it's causing them a lot of problems. Hanko into Duda. Back to Skriniar. Skriniar launched it long. Looking for Bozanic, who was on the floor. But it is a Slovakian throw anyway, so it won't matter too much. Skriniar playing it to Vavro. Vavro out wide to Pekarik. Again, Slovakia working it well. They've started well here. That's a poor pass though from Duda, and I don't know how that hasn't been pounced on by Sudikov. Slovakia holding possession then. Here is Lobotka. Lobotka driving forwards. He's kept the ball. He's still kept the ball, and he's been dragged down by Brazo in there, and that will be a Slovakian free kick right on the edge of the area. Bit fortunate from Lobotka. I don't know how he kept the ball in there. He just kept running, and the ball kept, sticking to his feet. It was a messy dribble, but he still managed to keep going, and then Brazo just drags him back. Oh, it's a soft one. It is a really soft one. But free kick nonetheless. And a chance here then for Slovakia. About 21 yards out here. To test Anatoly Trubin once again. They've caused a few problems for the Ukrainian keeper. He has had an answer to every single question posed. But if Slovakia can get this right, they could cause him problems. Stepping over it is Duda and Hanko then. 22 metres away from the goal. And we've seen a few wonderful strikes in this tournament. Can Duda or can Hanko add to that list? Sudikov, the unlucky one to have to lay behind the wall. It will be Hanko. And it's a decent effort. It's a good parry from Trubin once again to, not only keep it out, but also to, push it out and out for a throw. Not a bad effort from Hanko. But another decent save from the Ukrainian shot stopper. But I mean, really, really good game so far from Trubin. There's been a lot of, shots. That's another ball in. Looking for Strands at the back post, and that is in. And Slovakia lead once again. And it is thoroughly deserved. And it is that man Strands again. Scored against Belgium on Monday. Scores against Ukraine today. And Slovakia, that is a merited goal. They've been the better side here for 17 minutes. Caused Ukraine all sorts of problems. And for that one, I'll talk about how well Trubin's played. He could not respond to that. And Ukraine are behind here once again. A huge goal in this game. A very nice header. Yes, it's preventable. And it's really sloppy defending. But take nothing away from Strands. It's a nice header. I mean, if anything, he should save it. He gets an arm to it. It's a really awkward one for him to save. But Ukraine all over the place defensively. Again, saying good attempt to the free kick. And then, appreciating the goal. And as you said, you predicted Slovakia to win. Thoroughly good start. I mean, they deserve the goal. Nice ball in. To poor defending. I mean, Zinchenko caught out defending with poor marking. Who's surprised? Not me. 1-0 Slovakia. Strands then, joint with Musiala for top goal scorer at the tournament so far. Absolutely brilliant. I know it's been 5 own goals, but I don't count own goal as a footballer. Who would have thought? Strands of Slovakia. What a tournament he's having. Finding the back of the net once again. And Ukraine trailing once again. And as it stands, Ukraine would, they would theoretically be out. Mathematically, they'd still stand a chance. But realistically, if they would lose today, they have to get something at Belgium and hope that the other teams mess up. Wow. Just wow. I don't know. Ukraine, they're just not playing very well. There was 4 personnel changes, but I don't think personnel was necessarily the problem. That's a poor pass there from Shaparenko. I don't know. Ukraine they look so poor defensively. They've come forward in this game. They've not. The problem is, well, both departments really. When they come forward, that it's broken down. The move's broken down defensively. Absolute shambles. There's a reason Romania scored 3, and at this rate, Slovakia will do the same because Ukraine are all over the place. They can't defend, and it is bizarre. Trubin has kept so many out already this game, but you've got a defence of. We know Zinchenko's not very good defensively. Matvienko and Zabani are 2 good centre halves. Konoplia was dropped today for Simchik, and Simchik's been terrible. Harrison has caused him all sorts of problems on that left-hand side. Stuns me. Ukraine are just so poor defensively. And you've got the Liga top goal scorer who's barely had a sniff of anything in their first 2 games. Mudryk hasn't touched the ball today. Sudakov's had 2 poor games as well so far. Yarmolenko's come in today and he's done okay. I'm really surprised by Ukraine. They were brilliant in Euro 2020. They look strong in the Nations League. They look strong, but in the build-up to this tournament. But when it comes to that, it doesn't matter how you play before the tournament. It's what you do at the tournament. And at the tournament, they've been absolutely terrible. They've been below standard in every department of the football pitch. Because without Trubin making 3 or 4 big saves today, it could be 2 or 3 already. And that's the problem. Is that they're lucky. If anything, they're lucky it's only 1. But it is only 1, and we're only 20 minutes in here. There's still plenty of time for Ukraine to respond. And all of us who put predictions in the chat, and if you haven't already, it's a bit late, but you can get it in. Like Jack said 2-1, so expecting Slovakia to score. Gary Sossi said 2-0, expecting Slovakia. I said 3-1, Ukraine, expecting Slovakia to score. So there's plenty of time for Ukraine to turn this around. The problem is, from what I've watched, from their first game on Monday and today, unless a miracle happens, they're not going to turn this around today. But here is Mudryk. He could be a player that could really, could do that. Coming forward, has a go, and I've literally just said he could get them back in the game, and that is a horrendous effort. That is nowhere near. I don't mind him shooting from there. There were pass options on, but it's a decent shooting opportunity. That has gone miles over. It's not even close. Here's the goal then. Harrison with the ball in. Zinchenko misses the header. Schranz wins the header. And scores. Guy says, watching the game, feels like there'll be more than 2 goals. 100%. I can definitely see quite a few here. And whether that's just for Slovakia, whether Ukraine can find 1 or 2 themselves, who knows? Gary saying classic Mudryk. Yeah, he is a very exciting footballer. I think he's a dangerous player. The way he runs it. Hang on, he's Bozanic, and he has also skied it over. It was a free kick anyway. But yeah, he's an exciting player. He's still very raw. I think he's explosive, yes, and he can cause a lot of problems for defenders when he's running at them. But the end product is awful because there is none. I say similarly to Doku, but I think Doku is a bit more end product, and I think Doku's a bit more explosive and causes a few more problems. But yeah, the end product for Mudryk is just not good enough. I'm not saying he's got to smash it top corner there, but at least put it on target. At least keep it low, or even if it goes just over the bar, it's not a bad effort. But the fact he's put it so far over is just unbelievable. But yeah, Ukraine need to sort it out soon. If not, they could find themselves in a bit of trouble. Here is Vavro. Plays it out wide to Kuchka. Back with Vavro into Skriniar. Here is Vavro. Lovely switch of the play. Finding Hanko out on the left-hand side. Good defending from Timchik, but it's won back by Harrison. He puts it in there. Puts it into an empty net. Not a bad ball in. But not really going to cause too many problems. Yeah, I'm surprised at how Ukraine have played. But yeah, 25 minutes gone here then. If you are tuning in, vote in the poll. Get involved in the live chat. Feel free. Let me know what you thought of the first 25 minutes. Let me know what you thought of Ukraine, the whole tournament. I'm expecting it to be, to everyone hold the same opinion, but you might not. Any Ukrainian or Slovakian fans as well, give your opinions on how your team has played in these first 25 minutes. But yeah, Ukraine then now just trying to get on the ball, trying to play some football, trying to calm down if anything. Zabani back to Matvienko, who again is under pressure and is forced to smash out of the pitch. Header won by Pekarik, and here is Kuchka back Lobotka, and he gives it to Milan Skriniar. Here is Vavro back to Lobotka. Again, really stands out of Lobotka, been absolutely brilliant. Yeah, he is in complete control of that midfield, bossing it brilliantly. And he's that brilliant link between the attack and the defence, and Harrison causing more problems down the left-hand side. He skipped past two. He cuts inside. He plays it to Duda. Was he fouled? Mike Oliver says no. And Ukraine will now come forward. But really, again, Harrison been quality. Honestly, the two Slovakian wingers have probably been two of the best players at this tournament. Harrison has looked so dangerous in both games. Schranz has scored in both games. I believe Harrison's got the assist as well in both games. I might be wrong, but yeah, I am thoroughly impressed with Slovakia all tournament. And as it stands, they would be through. They would progress to the knockouts with a game to play. And I think getting it done from this stage now, Slovakia want to get it done. Because Romania will not be an easy game. Is Romania next Thursday? Might be Thursday, can't remember now. That's a brilliant ball out to Hanko. Knocks it back to Harrison, who can't bring it down the way he wanted to. Oh, that's really nice from Shaparenko. And now Ukraine are coming forwards. Here is Sudakov. Plays it to Shaparenko. Back to Zabani. Zabani fires it through the lines to Mudryk. Mudryk plays it through to Dovbyk. It's a good ball. Here is Dovbyk. Skips past one. He gets a shot away. And that is a huge block in there from Pekarik getting back in. And that's the first signs we've seen of Ukraine actually playing some good football. Brilliant ball through the lines from Zabani. Finds Mudryk, who, nice turn from Mudryk. Doesn't overhit it. Plays a nice ball into Dovbyk, who does well to skip past Vavro. But Pekarik getting back in for his side with a last-ditch tackle, blocking Dovbyk's shot and putting it wide for a corner. Zinchenko then, over the set piece. Swings it in, not a bad ball, doesn't beat the first man. But equally the first man is just Bozanic there, knocking it out for another Ukraine corner. Gone short of it, trying a routine. Here is Mudryk. He will put it into the box. It's headed away. Falls back to Mudryk. He runs onto it. Who gets a shot away. It's a big block from Pekarik. And it can't be turned home at the far post by Yarmolenko. Ukraine there, enjoying a decent spell, decent with the set piece. Ball in from Mudryk was headed away pretty easily. Mudryk then does well to chest it down, has a decent shot, blocked by Pekarik. Falls to Yarmolenko, who tries to get there with an outstretched leg, gets something on it, but just puts it out wide. Better from Ukraine though, causing problems, putting Slovakia under pressure. That defence splitting pass from Zabani to start off that flurry was really good. More of the same. They need to carve through Slovakia. Here is Dubravka. To Vavro. Brilliant from Duda. Plays it to Hanko. Hanko to Haraslin. Duda to Stanislav Lobotka. Skriniar taking his time on it. Here is Hanko. Coming down the left-hand side. Cuts in. Looks to find Duda. Big interception. Gary saying these massive matches between lesser teams that the Euros have produced some properly exciting. But yeah, they've been the best games of the tournament, really. This is the 19th game of the tournament. And I think, some, especially the 2 o'clocks, the first game of the day, wherever you are in the world, they've been the good ones. I mean, I'm really glad I've got to watch them all. I mean, Romania, Ukraine was a brilliant one. We had Slovakia have just won a corner, by the way. We had, what do we have? Croatia, Albania as well. Brilliant game. Poland, Netherlands was also, but yeah, like Turkey, Georgia, absolute brilliantly game. And you're spot on. The games between the a lot of people, you have those football fans, the fair weather fans who will just watch the big games. They'll just chuck on a few. They'll watch the England games. They'll chuck on a few of the big sides. That's about it. Watch the big ties. The people who don't watch these games are missing out massively because these are the games to be at. These have been absolutely brilliant, and the poor people that will miss these because they've got lives and they've got work to do and things. It'll be disappointing, as you say. Romania, Ukraine, Croatia, Albania, Turkey, Georgia. Yeah, all been absolutely brilliant ties. And actually, some of the games with Duda's put the corner in. It's a brilliant routine from Slovakia. Unfortunately, Skriniar's found someone, and that will be a Ukraine free kick. Basically, they did what you do. They lined up in a train. Lined up in a train on the edge of the box, and then they all ran backwards and they dispersed backwards and then ran back in again. Never seen that before. Quite smart. But yeah, as we were saying, some of these games are absolute pearlers. And the big sides haven't really lived up to the billing. I mean, England, for me, have played in the 2 worst games of the tournament. Scotland, Switzerland as well. Like Portugal, Czechia. Portugal didn't play well. France didn't play well against Austria. That is a big game later today. Obviously, we're kicking off today with Slovakia, Ukraine. After this, it is Poland, Austria. And then later on this evening, it is Netherlands versus France. An absolute belter of a game. Massive game in Group D. Make sure to join us live. Going a brilliant, brilliant game. But yeah, Ukraine have settled down a little bit in this game. Got on the ball a little bit more. But talk about clinicality from Slovakia. 5 shots, 4 on target. They're really good at taking their chances. Yes, they've only found 1 goal. But that's because the other 3 have been saved by Trubin. And that is what you need. You need to be accurate. And that is why Slovakia have caused Belgian problems. That's why Slovakia have called Ukraine problems. Because when Slovakia have chances, they make good use of them. They put them on target. They make it difficult for the defence. They put pressure on the goalkeeper. And that is why they score goals. Here is Yarmolenko, though, coming down the right-hand side, cutting inside, plays it through to Dovbyk, who tries to flick it back to Yarmolenko. Is cleared away only as far as Sudakov, who has a go, and it's hit the post. Falls to Mudryk. Was that handball? Zinchenko wins it in there. He gets a shot away. He gets another shot away, and the flag's up. A messy few moments there for Ukraine. And as the rain starts to fall, you wonder if they'll have a score. Slovakia holding on again. Yarmolenko cutting inside here, slots it through to Dovbyk, who tries to flick it back to his teammate, doesn't work, then pulls back to Timchik. He then has a go, hits the post. Mudryk then has a shot blocked. Zinchenko there wins it in there, and then he has a shot blocked. And I mean, wow. Timchik there, tipped onto the post by the way from Dubravka. A brilliant, brilliant save, you have to say, looking back on it. Simchik putting it through the legs of Hanko, tipped onto the post by the goalkeeper Dubravka, and Rebrov is starting to get angry now because his team are frustrating him, and they say when it rains it pours, physically and literally and figuratively. Losing 1-0 again here while getting wet. Gary saying Mudryk actually one shot, one out of the stadium. Yeah, and that's the difference. While Slovakia have put 4 out of 5 of their 80% of their shots on target, you've got players like Mudryk who are smashing it into the stands. That's a nice ball in, but it's straight into the gloves of Trubin. They've got set pieces that don't get past the first man. A lot of thinking to do for Ukraine. Thing is though, like the Romania game, they are still in this game. It is far from over. But they haven't looked like getting back into the game. Like Slovakia-Belgium, although Belgium lost the game, they looked like they were going to win it for the majority of the game. Lukaku missed so many chances, but Belgium were on top. Whereas Slovakia are winning on merit here. Ukraine have not been good enough. Although here is Mudryk. He's got the wrong side of his man. Mudryk, he's got caught in two minds there. He's tried to play it across and Dubravka comes across to smother him. Quick goalkeeping. But again, I talk about that lack of end product from Mihajlo Mudryk. He does so well. He's so dangerous, so explosive. Beats Vavro. Gets past him. Gets the wrong side of him. And then just that end product is lacking. Doesn't know whether to shoot or slot it across to Dovbyk. And kind of doesn't really do either. Does a bit of both. And Dubravka smothers it. That's the problem. It's that lack of end product for Ukraine that is costing them in attacking areas. Yes, they've been terrible at the back, but that's a separate point. Really, really sloppy when coming forward. Not getting shots away. Not putting shots on target. Because they've had the same amount of shots as Slovakia. 5 each. Difference is Ukraine put 1 on target, Slovakia have put 4. Real poor problems for Ukraine. They have got 56 minutes to save their tournament. Here is Schranz, dispossessed though. And now Yarmolenko is driving forwards, plays it in behind for Simchik. Skriniar putting it out for a throw. Simchik into Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko will swing it in, looking for Mudryk. He jumps but can't get there. Lobotka's got it on the edge, goes back to Hanko, clears it, but not only as far as Sudakov. Here is Shaparenko. Yarmolenko puts it in there, doesn't go near anyone and rolls out for a Slovakia goal kick. Again, another poor delivery. That final ball, that end product from Ukraine is still not good enough. Yeah, Mudryk's got to do better with that. Watching back the chance, he does really well to get past Vavro. Looks up, looks at the goal. Should use his right foot there. Waits an extra bounce, and by the time he uses his left foot, Dubravka's onto him. He's got to play it across with his right there, or shoot. Again, lack of an end product, lack of clinicality in the final third for Ukraine, alongside being an absolute mess at the back. Just, no one's in control of that back four. I mean, you've got someone like Zinchenko who's a liability defensively. It's going to cause you problems. Here is Skriniar though. 7 minutes left of this 45. That is a lovely ball into Hanko. Hanko will find Kuchka, who will find Schranz, but that will dribble out for a goal kick. He tries to knock it back to Kuchka, but out for a Ukraine goal kick. And Ukraine need to find something. If Jack says this would be a huge upset, yes, it would. But if you watch the game, the way that both sides have played, it doesn't feel like it. Slovakia have been all over them. The guy saying this half flown by, yeah. It's been a very, very quick game of football. Very, very quick half. I get, it is one of those where you look up on the clock and go, hang on a minute, we've only got 7 minutes left. And yeah, great matches in neutral, 100%. I've loved watching these. The first game of the day has been the best game, usually. And again, today has delivered that. Hopefully, we hold that same momentum in the second, because Ukraine could definitely come back in this game. I think Ukraine have looked better than they did against Romania. Still not good, but better. And Slovakia, they're holding that high standard that they set against Belgium really well. Ball knocked back to Zabani. Here is Brazo across to Sudakov. Sudakov playing it into Shaparenko out wide to Zinchenko. Zinchenko will deliver it, looking for Dovbyk. Great header away from Hanko. And that is a Slovakia free kick as Dovbyk kicked Hanko in the head as he went for the header. Not sure as much in that one. Michael Oliver being a bit soft there. Shock horror. But yeah. Not bad ball in from Zinchenko. I mean, Dovbyk wasn't going to get there anyway. Yeah, he just kicks his mid-drift. But that isn't... You've got to cross it to him, put it on his head. Don't put it behind him. Really frustrating for Ukraine, I bet. But another very, very good first half, as you all say. Slovakia, nice taken goal. Have played pretty well. And Schranz there has been pulled up for fouling Alexander Zinchenko. Yeah, just leans into Zinchenko as he goes to try and get the ball. Can't do that. Here is Matvienko into Shaparenko, out wide to Simchik. Right, driving forwards is the Ukrainian fullback. He's made a lot of ground here. Here is Andriy Yarmolenko. He darts to the right and he is tripped up by Hanko. And that will be a free kick to Ukraine in a decent area. Sloppy defending from the left back. Just trips up the Ukrainian foot. Oh, I'm not sure there's that much in that. Oh, he also hits him in the head. Okay, fair enough. Not only did he trip him up, he also smacked him in the face. I mean, there wasn't much in the trip. There was quite a bit in the smack in the face, though. So put them both together, you get a free kick. And Ukraine then, just before the end of the half, have a chance here to cause Slovakia problems. Zinchenko and Mudryk over it. Here it is then. Looks like it. I mean, you expect it to be an in-swinger from Zinchenko. It will be Zinchenko, puts it on the goalkeeper, and a good stop from Dubravka. Parries it away. Last touch there, coming off Sudakov, and that is out for a Slovakian goal kick. But not a bad effort from Zinchenko. Pretty decent effort. A good save. Good save for Dubravka. Well parried as well. Well, really well parried. See, a lot of them can land in an awkward place and can be cause some problems for your team. But yeah, Zabani running after it then. Good defending from Harrison, putting his body between him and between the ball and Zabani. Slovakia then sending it long from the goal kick. Bosniak looking to chase, headed up the pitch. Poor pass from Lobotka and Ukraine have it back. Here is Brazo. Brazo's been dispossessed though. And here comes Slovakia. Really good football. Duda sots it to Harrison. Harrison cuts inside. Has a go. It's a brilliant save once again from Anatoly Trubin. Another huge stop from the Ukrainian goalkeeper. And he keeps his side in this game for the third or fourth time today. Parrying it wide. Brazo was caught on the ball in his own half. Slovakia broke quickly. Did take a deflection in there as well, which probably made it easier for the goalkeeper, if anything. Took all the pace off the ball. Harrison, not a bad effort, cutting inside, causing problems once again. Duda will put the ball in then. Swings it in, not a bad corner, headed away though, kept alive by Skriniar, and going for the bicycle kick attempt in there was Kuchka. Worth a go. And now Mudryk will break, but Stanislav Lobotka, that is superb defending. Another brilliant game from Lobotka. Great footballer. Has played so well. Minute to go to half time. Here is Martin Dubravka. Lovely ball. Looking for Strand, cut out by Zinchenko. Up in the air and recycled to Skriniar. Skriniar taking his time on it. Good football from Slovakia. They'll be very happy just to take this to 1-0 at half time. We are going to get an additional 1 minute in this game. Although here come Slovakia. Ball in, hooked away by Matvienko. Hanko there conceding the foul. Sorry, Harrison conceding the foul. But yeah, minutes to go then. Until the end of the 45. Yeah, Harrison just steps across Yarmolenko there. It's a soft one, but I don't know. It's one of those. It's not much in it, but it is still a foul. Zinchenko trying to find Dovbyk through the middle. Can't. One back by Slovakia. Here's Pekarik. Pekarik fires it up. Ukraine just knocking it around the back. Here is Zinchenko. And he will not get to play the pass because that is it. Half time in Dusseldorf. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 0. Another really good half from Slovakia. Played very, very well. Schranz coming up with another good goal. Keeps delivering for Slovakia at this tournament. And at half time, it is them who lead Ukraine. Not good enough again. Trailed at half time to Romania by a 0-0. Trail at half time to Slovakia by a 0-0. And again, for Rebrov, it is frustration and it is anger towards his team. They are not playing well enough. They are not providing the performances that are required. It's not been good enough. It really has not been good enough from Ukraine once again. Yes, they were more competitive than they were against Romania, but I think that's more because Slovakia haven't been as good as Romania were. You know, you've got to ask big questions of what is going on for Ukraine. As I mentioned, quarter-finalists in Euro 2020. They've turned up this tournament with good expectations again, with belief. You know, they believed they could get through. They got a nice group. They would have expected to qualify. And now they are 45 minutes away from being dumped out. Really, really poor first half. But again, take nothing away from Slovakia. They've played well. They've been good. And it was a nice, tidy header from Schranz. Ball looped in by Harrison. And I mean, Zinchenko, he's jumped for a header in front of Schranz. He's missed it. And it's fallen straight to the Ukrainian winger, who heads it past Trubin, who should do better. But I can't fault him because he's been superb today. But yeah, nicely well taken goal. Gary says, first I heard Harrison, I misheard it as Harrison and thought someone like Harrison had a Slovakian granny or something. I mean, that would be brilliant if Jack Harrison, was playing for Slovakia. I mean, he's not going to get into England, so he might as well try and find another nation. Sharia, welcome to the stream, saying had a 1-1 prediction. I mean, that's on the cards. Ukraine, they weren't terrible in that first half. Yes, they weren't good enough, but they weren't terrible. They came forward, at points, and they could still work their way back into this game. A big second half coming up for them. They need a point. They need at least a point. And I mean, we're now watching back the flurry of Slovakian chances. Harrison was denied by a good save from Trubin with his feet. Schranz was denied one on the volley at the back post. Another good save by Trubin. Harrison was denied again. Trubin tipping it past the post. And obviously the free kick from Hanko was parried away. But you've got to ask questions. Why is Trubin having to make so many saves? Ukraine, just as I said during the game, defensively there's no organisation, there's no structure. They've been all over the place. It feels like Rebrov hasn't told them any instructions. There's no leader in there. There's no one that can step up and take control of that back line. Because yes, Zinchenko I think is a decent leader, but he can't defend. You don't get taught how to how to lay bricks by a plumber. It's not been good enough from Ukraine defensively. They've looked all over the place. I think taking out Stepanenko was the wrong decision. I do think they lack, Shaparenko and Ossi Brazo sitting in that pivot. They lack someone who's good enough to sit in defensively. Yeah, Shaparenko is quite a defensive player, but I don't think he's good enough to, sit in front of back four the same way that Stanislav Lobotka does. So real problem for Ukraine defensively. They will be hoping for more in the second half. I think attacking wise, yes, they came forward. They had some decent opportunities, but it was wasteful. They lacked so much end product. Mudryk did so well. He had a few, similarly to the Romania game, he's had a few good dribbles. He's had a flurry of good play, but whenever he's got to shooting, he's either leathered it over miles over the bar into the stands, or he's not got enough behind it, or he hasn't even got the shot away. Gary says, not terrible, it's not clinical enough. Exactly that. There's no end product for Ukraine at the moment, whether it's Mudryk, whether it's Yarmolenko. Sudakov has been terrible. I think Sudakov is a very good footballer. For Shakhtar, he has been superb. He's a very dangerous player. He is very creative, he can cause problems, brilliant range of passing, decent goal scorer as well, and his numbers, are brilliant. But for some reason, at this tournament, he has not been good enough. And Ukraine are missing a creator in there massively. Mudryk, he's a dangerous player, and yes, he's explosive and he causes problems, but he's not a creator. Yarmolenko is definitely not a creator, and neither is Brazo or Shaparenko the pivot. You miss someone in this Ukraine side who can create things. Because Sudakov is that player. He can create things. He isn't doing so at the moment. And then Ukraine have got a question, right, why? Why is he not playing well enough? Because he is a good player. So a lot to sort out for Ukraine. They need to be more clinical in front of goal. They need to do better with their chances. They need to create more chances. And they need to sharpen up at the back. They need to strengthen up at the back. Shari saying boy housing in Denmark, and Gary saying massively disappointing. England continue to underperform and employ baffling defensively game plan. Spot on. Took the words out of my mouth. Absolute shambles from Gareth Southgate. Gary says, mate, I just looked up Jack Harrison out of curiosity. He went to boarding school in the US and won Gatorade National Player of the Year for high school soccer. And he was drafted by Chicago in the MLS. I had no idea he started his career in America. I didn't either. That's incredible. I thought he came through at I definitely thought he came through in England and was picked up by Leeds. But yeah, fair enough. Good for him starting over there. But yeah, look, we're looking at Ukraine's wastefulness now. Mudryk there getting caught in two minds, and then the one where he leathered it into the stands. And this was the Simchik one which hit the post, which was probably their best effort of the half. Tipped onto the post by Dubravka. A brilliant, brilliant save. But yeah, a bit unlucky there, but just not been good enough in Ukraine. They need to step it up. They need to play better in that second half. Because if not, they're out of the Euros. Simple as that. And a team of this quality should not be getting dumped out in the group stage, especially in this group. I mean, Rebrov is losing it on the touchline. And maybe that's the problem. You know, they were terrible, Ukraine, against Romania. And then Rebrov, clearly, he's a manager that, you know, he's very reactionary. He's very passionate, you know. Clearly showing his emotions very strongly there. He made 4 changes going into this game, which is very bold. To make that many changes, yes, they didn't play well, but that's a lot of changes still. Then they've turned up today and clearly those changes haven't worked. And now he's just getting frustrated. He's getting angry at his team. And that doesn't, for me, that doesn't work as a manager. If your manager's getting frustrated, how are they meant to change something to help you win the game? And I have questions of Sergei Rebrov. You know, yes, Ukraine haven't been good enough, but I talk about that lack of structure defensively. That comes from the manager as well. Why are they so leaky at the back? Why are they so shoddy at defending? Because look at the way teams set up defensively. Look at how strong they are. And because they haven't got the quality of centre halves like France or Belgium, you know, or Spain or that, they do need a defensive structure, like Romania, like Slovenia, like Slovakia, like all these other teams. That, you know, I'm not saying Ukraine should set up defensively. I'm saying they should have a defensive structure that makes sure they don't concede so many goals. Because at the moment, Slovakia are just running through them. Harrislin, he'll beat Simchik in the one-on-one, and suddenly he's in. And he can either cross it or he can shoot. And that is a massive problem. You're relying on your right-back winning a one-on-one. If not, the opposition are in on goal. That is not good enough. And that comes down to the tactics. So yes, the personnel on the pitch haven't been good enough for Ukraine. Yes, they haven't played well enough. They should have done better in the Romania game. They've been a bit better here, but still not up to the standard that we expect. But I think you've also got to point fingers and ask questions of Sergei Rebrov. Because, you know, it doesn't go wrong like this. Doesn't go wrong like this if they're set up well tactically. But yeah, big second half though. Could something change? I wouldn't be surprised if we saw changes, but again, I don't think personnel is the issue. I think it's the way that they're set up. Yes, they've been wasteful. Yes, they've caused problems. Some problems. But still, I think they could do much better than what they have been. You know, I think... Yeah, okay, I think it's... the problem is personnel when it comes to an attacking department, but in a defensive sense... Apart from the fact Zinchenko can't defend, which we already know about, I don't really know what more the players could do. If you don't set your team up well defensively, your centre half, because it's not Saliba and Upamecano, you know, the centre halves aren't magically going to stop everything. And Trubin's been phenomenal, yet they've still conceded. And that's the problem. That is the problem. Their goalkeeper has been... Ukraine's goalkeeper has been absolutely phenomenal today. But it doesn't matter, because they've been under so much pressure, they've conceded so many shots, that, you know, they've still... Slovakia have still scored. But yeah, a big second half for both sides. For Slovakia, they're 45 minutes away from the round of 16. And that is brilliant. If Francesco Calzone's side can hold on here, if they can keep fighting, keep this level... Just realised I haven't put half time up. My bad. But yeah, if they keep this level up, they're through. They are through to the knockouts. Simple as that. And that's the equation now. That's what makes it harder for Ukraine, is Slovakia will want to hold on to this more than anything. They are going to want this. They're going to drive this. It's not going to be easy. It's going to get tougher and tougher for Ukraine to get back into this game. So yeah, so that is going to be a very interesting outcome to see what happens there. But yeah, Really surprised by Ukraine. Really, really surprised. Same with Slovakia. I'm surprised by both teams for different reasons. Slovakia, I'm surprised by how well they've played at this tournament. Ukraine, I'm surprised how poor they've been in this tournament. And, you know, you have to ask questions of what is going on. What is going on for Ukraine? And again, you know, all the problems start at the top. And maybe that lies with Sergei Rebrov. But yeah, a decent first half. Slovakia, we're hoping to build on it. Ukraine, they've got to take the positives from what they saw in that first 45, and they've got to believe that they can get back into this game. But yeah, Jack saying Slovakia huge favourites in the poll. Yeah, definitely. I mean, 70% now. Even before the goal, even before kickoff, it was still up at, 60%. It's incredible. Incredible. But yeah, I mean, take nothing away. Take nothing away from Slovakia. There's a reason people back them. They beat Belgium. They're beating Ukraine today. And 6 from 6 in this group against who they've played is incredible. And, I mean, yeah, do I think they'll do well in the knockouts? Depends who they get. Should we have a look who they do? I mean, so we'll have a look at first and second. You'd expect them if they win today, they'll be up there top of the group. Depends what happens in Belgium, Romania later. But yeah, so this would leave. Let me have a look. So obviously, Slovakia would top the group. They would be through. They'd be confirmed through. And if I just look here, but yeah, sorry, just while I'm here, looking at stats, by the way, it is simple as that. 7 shots each. Slovenia 5 on target. Ukraine 2. Lack of clinicality from start to finish for Ukraine. But in the knockouts, so they are Group E. So they were to top. We are about to get on the way for the second half, by the way. So I'll just do that, and I'll get back to my point. Ukraine, no changes. We're waiting for Dubravka. Don't know why he's behind everybody else, but he's here now. So once he's in net, we will get underway. Maybe he needs a toilet. Yeah, Ukraine have got 45 minutes. They need 2 goals to save their tournament. Oliver is ready, and Sudakov will get us underway in this second half. And he will any minute now, and he now will knock the ball back, and now the second half will start. But yeah, so if Slovakia were to top the group, they would play 3AB. So they would play they'd play Scotland or Hungary or Albania, Croatia. That is not a bad draw at all. For Slovakia, if they can top this group, they give themselves a really nice tie in the knockouts. Because you're either looking at Scotland or Hungary, or I think you're looking at Scotland or Hungary, to be honest. Because I don't look at because Croatia and Albania are so little points. I don't think they'll get enough. But yeah, that would be incredible if they could get them. If Slovakia could top the group, they'd probably get a nice draw. If they don't top the group, they're going to find themselves a bit of trouble, because I think they play top of group. I don't know, but yeah, it will be much more difficult. But yeah, starting this half, there was a head collision between Pekarik and Mudryk. Mudryk was okay. Pekarik did just receive a bit of treatment, but a high five between the two of them, and they will be waved back on by Michael Oliver. Yeah, Ukraine looking to step it up then. Long ball, searching for Mudryk, headed away. Ball recovered well by Matvienko. He's being hassled in the corner by Bosnic. Bosnic trying to win it back, and that has gone off, and that has gone out for a Slovakia throw. Really good work from the Slovakian striker, battling hard up there and winning the throw for his team. Does really well. Matvienko, I don't know what he's trying to do there. Really messy. But yeah. Kuchka then. On the throw-in. Hasn't got too many up. No one's been moving for him. Don't know what he's waiting for. Oh, he has now thrown it to... he's now given it to Schranz, who gives it to Kuchka. Plays it back to Schranz, who drives inside, hooked away for a throw. Caught in the crowd. And now will be thrown back to... we thrown back to Duda, and Slovakia here being told to get the hurry up because they've taken a lot of time on about that throw. Ball looped in there by Vavro looking for Bosnic. Apparently he had his hands on Matvienko, and that will be a free kick to Ukraine. But yeah, not a bad start to the second half for either side. Ukraine coming forward now. Here is Hanko. Plays it back to Vavro. But yeah, Slovakia just enjoying the possession here. Looking there for Kuchka, but can't find him. Win the throw. Yeah, a bit of a weird one there between him and Brasco. Throw for Pekarik then. And that is fallen to... I don't even know what Kuchka tried to do there. Really messy. Ukraine out it back. Mudryk switches it out wide to Simchik. Simchik into Surikov. Surikov to Zinchenko now. Zinchenko inside to Shaparenko to Surikov, but the pass is off. Again, Ukraine, that attacking move breaking down in the final third. And here is Stanislav Lobotka. And it just, it just feels like, everything's at peace when Lobotka's got the ball at his feet. Here is Duda under pressure, knocks it out wide to Pekarik. Pekarik to Duda, back to Pekarik. Into Stanislav Lobotka. Here is Duda. Just saying, Slovakia first, it sounds like they top the group, they face a third place team. Yeah. As we were saying during half time, it would most likely be Scotland or Hungary. Which would be, it's a winnable game. But yeah. Because I don't think Albania or Croatia will have enough points. Equally, if Scotland and Hungary draw, then it'll all be on 2, so you never know. Be one of those 4 teams coming from Group A or Group B. Ukraine then settled down in the first 5 minutes. They've not been too bad, and Mudryk skips past Pekarik, and that is what he does. He's so dangerous. Now he's driving forward, puts the ball in to Artem Dovbyk, and that is a poor header. He's headed it sideways and then smashed out of play by Vavro. That is a really poor header from Artem Dovbyk, top goal scorer in La Liga this season. And he didn't get top goal scorer doing that. A really, really nice ball in from Mudryk. Mudryk did really well. Spins his man on the halfway line, drives in, puts a nice ball in, Dovbyk heads it sideways. And we talk about Ukraine being wasteful. And that, just sums it up. Shaparenko looks to Yarmolenko, who dodged out of the way of it, and now Slovakia have it back. Yeah. Just saying it won't be Scotland, probably not. Or could we see if both A and B are lower? I don't want to see we're in it as well. Footmob just said 3AB, but it might have been ABC, it might not fit. But yeah. Equally, C will be a nice game, because C will probably be Slovenia or Serbia. And I think that's winnable. The way Slovakia have played, that would be really nice. And suddenly Slovakia in the quarters. But equally, they've got to hold everything. We did this with Slovenia yesterday. Thought they looked like they'd won the game. We were talking about how they'd get through, how well they'd do, who they could get, and then bam, Serbia equalised Luka Jovic in the 95th minute. So still, job only half done for Slovakia. But again, enjoying possession. And Lobotka just oozes class when he's on the ball. Has had a brilliant tournament. One of the standout players of the tournament. Plays a lovely ball through to Hanko. Here he comes. Hanko to Harrison, bursting into the box, cuts it back. Good hands from Trubin though. Harrison does well there because I would say the ball's got to be better there, but he could have done much. He was being held. Kuchka lined up for a shot, but it won back, and now Mudryk can drive the ball forward for Ukraine. Space to burn, space to use. Mudryk plays it to Doviak. Gets caught in his feet a little bit. What's he going to do with it? Stands on it, plays it to Shaparenko. Zinchenko on the overlap, fires it into Shaparenko, and Ukraine are level. A lovely, well-worked move. And they level up this tie, and you have to say that's deserved. They've responded well, coming out of the half-time break. A tidy finish from Shaparenko, and Ukraine are level. And that's what we mean. Talking about Slovakia top in the group, and then bam. Pegged back by Ukraine. Slovakia just getting caught on the counter. Mudryk driving it forward for Ukraine. Does really well. Uses up the space. Gains the yards. Doviak takes his time with it. Holds it up. Allows options to arrive. Plays it to Sudakov, who then lays it into Zinchenko. Cuts it back to Shaparenko on the penalty spot, who slots it past Martin Dubravka. And Ukraine are level. Tidy finish from Shaparenko. Better football from Ukraine. That's why Zinchenko's in there though. He's not very good defensively, but his attacking outputs are very important. A nice finish from Shaparenko. And that's what I mean. Slovakia there getting caught on the counter. And now suddenly, 4 points you'd think 4 points would still be enough. I said before kick-off a draw, they'd take a draw. But yeah, Gary saying the English also know a thing or two about one up being not being enough, and then yeah, bam, there you go, exactly that. There you go, scrap all that. It's a tough one, although here come Ukraine once again. Zinchenko driving it forwards. Sudakov plays it to Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko back to Mudryk, plays it to Sudakov. This looks like a different team. Simchik puts it in there, away, but won by Sudakov. Mudryk to Brazo, to Shaparenko. Sudakov back to Matvienko. Back to Sudakov. He plays it inside to Yarmolenko, who turns, looks to play it through to Doviak. Bit of miscommunication there, it runs through to Dubravka. Yeah, problem for Ukraine is that even if they win here, they'd have to beat Belgium, yeah. It's a very, very tough scenario. But a draw keeps them alive, that's the main thing. A draw or a win keeps them alive. And that is the crucial thing for Ukraine. They still have a chance. And they've played really well. They've come out second half and they've played really, really well. Guys saying, can't you ask to work out the permutations? We'll leave that to the football journalists and content creators. Yeah, it's obviously it's still a bit messy to work out. A, this game's not over, and B, we've still got to watch Belgium, Romania. So we'll worry about that on match week 3, because games can chop and change. Because here now comes Slovakia again, but Bosniak is dispossessed, and Ukraine can come forwards. This is better from Ukraine. They've looked clinical. They're playing good football. It's accurate. Something happened off the ball there as well. In the bottom corner of the screen, Simchik was... I don't know what happened there. Got hit in the face by something. I'm not sure what it was or who it was. But yeah, I think, there's a lot still can change. But yeah, Shaparenko, just got caught in the face. Not sure what by or who by, but yeah. I think it was accidental. But yeah. I'll say we can work out all the permutations once we know the results. Obviously, the other game in this group, Romania Belgium, isn't until tomorrow evening. That's the 8 o'clock game. That'll be a good game. Because Belgium obviously need to win, but Romania, they were brilliant. So that'll be a fun game. And obviously today, two big games coming to us from Group D. Poland, Austria. Both sides sat on 0 points. Both sides needing the win. Big game there. And obviously to finish off this evening, an absolute belter. Netherlands taking on France. Could be one of the games of the tournament. Spain, Italy was very good last night. That was picked to be up there. But we could see game of the group stage. Could be Netherlands, France. So if you are tuning in now, the stream pages are already up for all those games. So go and set your reminders. Press that notify me button. So you remember to come back here at 5 o'clock. Come back here at 8 o'clock for those two big games. But yeah, over half an hour to go here. Ukraine levelling up, and they've looked much better. It looks more disciplined. They look stronger. Look a bit more like a unit. That is a lovely ball down the pitch to find Artem Dovbyk. He's going to hold it up, wait for support. He has got it now. Here's Shaparenko, the goal scorer. Plays it to Brazo. Sudikov. Here is Shaparenko. Dinks it in. It's going to end up going towards goal, but Dubravka can claim it. But yeah, a lot can change in this game, but definitely in the second half, Ukraine have stepped it up massively. Much, much better. More clinical in front of goal. More dangerous. They've come forward with intent. And because they've done that, they can't really be tested defensively because Slovakia aren't having the opportunity to put Ukraine under pressure. The problem for Ukraine is when they are put under pressure, they're going to struggle. And Slovakia, sensing that the game has changed and that the game is running away from them, and they are going to turn to the substitutes bench. It will be a double change for Slovakia. Duda is coming off. He is the first change, and so is Bozanic. So Duda, the midfielder, Bozanic, the centre forward, both coming off here. And they are going to be replaced. Find out who by in a moment. Being replaced by Strelec and Benez. So Strelec will go to lead the line. Benez will go to lead the line. And Strelec will sit in the midfield three. That's a lovely ball to Yarmolenko. Plays it to the overlap of Simčić. Cuts it back. Dovbyk can't quite connect with it. And it is cleared by Skriniar. But you feel like the tide is turning. Ukraine are getting on top in this game. Slovakia are struggling. Simčić to put the ball in again and wins a corner. And now there's a bit of buzz about Ukraine. There's a belief that they can get the win from this game, can keep themselves in the tournament. Zinchenko gets the crowd going and they respond brilliantly. Huge half an hour of this game. Corners cut back to Shaparenko. Plays it to Sudikov. Back to Shaparenko again. He'll put it into the box. Headed away by Pekarik. Ball out. Cleared away. Kept alive by Simčić. Ball knocked back to Anatoly Trubin. He launches it long. Looking to find Artem Dovbyk. Can't win the header against Skriniar. Flags up anyway though, and that will be a Slovakia free kick. Alright, with half an hour to go then, if you are tuning in, which way is this game going? Will Slovakia find a goal? Will Ukraine find a goal? Or will this remain a draw? Gareth says Jack Frisham's still looking good now. Yeah, 2-1 Ukraine, not a bad shout. I said 3-1 Ukraine, so I'd take a couple more goals. But yeah, if you are tuning in, who is going to take the win here? Will it be Ukraine? Will it be Slovakia? Or will the game remain as a 1-1 draw? Fired up the pitch by Zinchenko. Not sure what he was trying to do there. And then the ball has been kicked out by Hanko, and he's injured himself here in the process. Didn't look nice. He just went to kick the ball. He's miskicked it. And I think he's pulled, he might have pulled something here. But yeah, hopefully he's okay. Just a very weird one. Ball is fizzed at him. He goes to kick it. He overstretches, miskicks it, and ends up pulling it. I think he's put. To me, it looks like he's pulled his groin there. I mean, I'm no expert, but it did not look good. Yeah, guys think, oh yeah, yours as well. Yeah, I mean, I think it would take a lot for Ukraine to find another 2 goals, and they'd probably take probably take a 2-1 win. But yeah, Hanko's okay. Physio had a bit of a feel, as Gary points out, and it's another double change for Slovakia. This is very bold. Would be using 4 changes by the 62nd minute. But yeah, 2 more players readying themselves. Hanko, I think, will be replaced. He'll have to go off, but the subs aren't ready just yet. They're strapping it up, so maybe he's going to try and play on. Dubravka launching it out wide, looking to find Harrislin, but can't. Out for a Ukraine throw. You feel that Ukraine are pushing. You feel that they believe they can find a goal here. Here is Matvienko. Plays it to Simchik, who has it's a cross that ends up going more towards the goal, but will run out for a goal kick. So Hanko's back on here, still feeling his groin. And Dubravka's having a chat with Michael Oliver here, not sure what about. But yeah, we're going to watch back the Shaparenko goal. Really well worked move from Ukraine. Zinchenko cuts it back to the penalty spot. Knows exactly where Shaparenko is. And a very tidy finish from the Ukrainian midfielder. The reason why we are level in this game. Impressed with how he's played today. Oh, I'm not sure what's going on here. But now Michael Oliver is having a chat with one of the UEFA officials. Returns to the field now. So Dubravka said something to Oliver, and then Oliver has then gone on a chat with a man in a suit, one of the UEFA organisers. Not sure what that's about, but yeah, hopefully everything's okay. We're playing on though, so here is Simchik. Lovely ball down the line. Can't quite get there though. Can Shaparenko. Hanko still feeling his groin. Really struggling. And they're gonna bring him off it. Skriniar signaling to the bench, get him off. He can't play like this. And I think they will. And Ukraine are asking the question here because they've stopped the game. Hanko's gonna play on. Really, I mean, I don't quite know what's going on here. They do take the throw. It's Watchalong. Great touch from Stenek. Lovely switch. Looking for Shrans, but he is offside. And now Romania will make their changes. Sorry, Romania? Slovakia will make their changes. Shrans there, just be offside. Definitely looked it. So yeah, double change for both sides as well. So Ukraine make their changes first. Doviek is going to come off. And so will Yarmolenko. So 2 changes for Ukraine. Doviek and Yarmolenko are coming off. And coming onto the pitch are Yaremchuk and Zubkov. And then double changes for Slovakia. Hanko comes off. That's expected. He's been struggling for the last few minutes. And so does Harrislin. Another Brilliant game from Harrison, coming up with another assist. Has played really well, and he is replaced. Another good game though from the Slovakian winger. Coming on then is Suslov, and I couldn't quite see who replaced Hanko there. So Suslov comes on to the left-hand side, and Aubert goes to left-back. So double change down the left-hand side for Slovakia. But yeah, ball thrown into Kuchka there. It's a poor pass and cut out by Mudryk. Shaparenko tries to play it forward, cut out though. Here is Zabarnyi. I mean, from the first half, where Trubin had to make save after save, Slovakia haven't had a shot in the second half. Much improved performance from Ukraine in this second 45. As I said earlier, they look like a completely different team. Shaparenko into Brazo, across to Zabarnyi. Zabarnyi knocks it out wide to Simchik. Plays it to Shaparenko. Across to Zabarnyi. Here is Zinchenko. Zinchenko down the line to Mudryk. Mudryk can deliver it. He blocked, but he wins a corner. Again, Ukraine coming forward with intent. They are pushing. They've been the better side second half by an absolute mile. And now they've won themselves a corner. Mudryk to put it in. All of these Zinchenko. It's going to be Mudryk. Got to beat the first man here. Got to put Slovakia under pressure. Does whip the ball in. Looks to be flicked on by Shaparenko. He can't. Cleared away, but we will be recycled by Simchik. Here's Shaparenko. Ukraine back in their own half now. Just waiting for everyone to reset, get back into their position. Here is Zabarnyi. Great switch of the play. Looking to find Yaremchuk, but he's offside. Just over 20 minutes to go. Ukraine will fancy a winner here. They'll believe that they can find a goal. But yeah, important moments in this game. Bringing on Yaremchuk and Zubkov to try and find a way back into this game, to try and find a winner. But don't count out Slovakia against the run of play. They could cause problems. However, not managing a shot in the second half, you'd think that Ukraine are really going to take advantage of that. Zubkov plays it to Zinchenko, who's skipping through traffic, and then it's a bit over the top from Zubkov, and he concedes a free kick. Slovakia taking there's a real sense of Slovakia that they are under the cosh here. Again, brilliant from Lobotka to draw the foul. But they're taking their time about things. They know that they just need to hold on to the point here. A draw is enough for them, really. A draw would be enough. Aubert skipping past players. Tries to find Suslov, but intercepted. Running down the right-hand side was Shaparenko, but that has been intercepted. Here is Simchik going back to Matvienko, to Zabarnyi, back to his centre-half partner, playing 1-2s with each other on the centre-halves. Zabarnyi looking for the ball over the top, onto the run of Zinchenko, but he ends up heading it on to Martin Dubravka, and that move will break down. And the ball rolled out to Lobotka, who's got acres of space. And Belgium didn't... I know Slovakia haven't done anything in the second half, but Belgium gave Lobotka space and they got punished. Ukraine have done the same today and they have been punished. Getting away with it there though, Suslov. Now running back to his own goal. Does draw the free kick. And now they're going to look to play it back to him. Aubert though would opt to go backwards to Skriniar. Across to Dubravka. Time's running out for Ukraine. They want to win a draw. As I said, Slovakia, it would be enough. 4 points, as we know, would probably be enough to see you through. Whether it's top of the group, whether it's third, it should be enough. They play Romania in the last group game, which before the tournament, we would have argued would be the easiest. After watching the first match week, could be the hardest. Here is Obert concedes a free kick. Good from Yaremchuk. And Simyek wants to get going. Here is Trubin. Plays it to Zbani. Back to Trubin. Ukraine, on this second half, have been, it's a marked improvement. They've been absolutely brilliant. Scored the goal early on. They've been pushing ever since. Have put Slovakia under pressure. Haven't had too many clear-cut chances, but again, that comes down to the lack of creation. Another poor game from Sudakov in there. They have lacked creation, but they have scored, is what matters, and they are still playing well. That's a lovely ball through to Simchak. Cuts it back, looking for Zubrov, but can't find him. And Suslov spins his man, runs past one and keeps going. Does a Slovakian winner. Plays it inside to Lobotka. Ball, it's a long ball. Can he get there? Yes, he can. Brilliant running from Pekarik. Pekarik cuts inside. Will have a go on his weak foot. Blance will fall back to Pekarik. Brilliant dancing feet from Shranz. Can't get through. Mudryk has it back. Fires it into Zubrov. And Ukraine are coming forward. 2-on-2 for Ukraine. Yaremchuk plays it to Mudryk. It's overhit. Mudryk has a go and it's saved onto the post by Dubravka. Huge chance for Ukraine. It was overhit from Yaremchuk. Mudryk did well to recover it into at least getting the shot on target. And tipped onto the post once again by Martin Dubravka. Thought it might squeeze into the near post. Getting his fingers to it. And now Mudryk has gone down after that run. Had to really stretch to get to that ball. Poor pass from Yaremchuk. Gets the shot away. It wasn't touched by Dubravka actually. Just fell onto the near post. Inches away from 2-1 Ukraine. Inches away. Mudryk's had a better game. Everyone from Ukraine has stepped it up. Overall today, but especially in the second half, much, much better. And Mudryk there, I think, just maybe a bit of cramp, maybe feeling a bit of soreness there in his calf. Looks like he'll be okay though. 15 minutes to play in Düsseldorf. Still tied at 1-1. But Ukraine have been pushing and pushing to try and find a winner. And you feel at this point, the way they've played in the second half, it would be a winner. And for Slovakia, it would be tough. Because a point today puts them in a very, very promising position to get out of the group. But they've got to hold firm. They've got to fight off this Ukrainian barrage. Zinchenko goes back to Zabani. Back to Matvienko. To Simchak. Goes to Matvienko. Ukraine biding their time. They're not ready to rush yet. Yes, a win would be massive. A point is still good enough though. Calzona's getting frustrated on the sideline as Shaparenko brings it forward. Here is Zubrov. Plays it to Yaremchuk. Back with Zubrov. Back with Yaremchuk. Back with Zubrov. Good football between these two. Ball back to Shaparenko. He plays it to Brazo. One more to Zabani. Phases it into Sudakov. Has a go. It's blocked from range. Zubrov will get on the rebound. Cuts it back. Looking for Shaparenko. It's not good enough. Ball still alive. Cleared by Slovakia. And Suslov is down here. There was a collision in there. Might not have waved it away. He didn't believe it was a free kick. Suslov's still down. It's not a free kick. It's a good... Yeah, it's definitely not a free kick, but... Oh yeah, he's in a bit of pain. Just colliding there with Shaparenko. And that Sudakov effort without the block would have caused a problem for Dubravka. Suslov back to his feet there, and we will get back underway with a drop ball. It will go to Ukraine. And Matvienko will get us playing again. Suslov way back on. He's come on immediately and nicked the ball off Simchak. I'm not sure how fair that was for Mike Oliver to allow him on there. Slovakia have the ball again though. Kuchka into Shrans. Good foot of Lobotka into Obert. Plays it into Suslov. Can't get there. Ball put out for a Slovakian throw. And yeah, Shaparenko just asked a question there. All of this has come because Mike Oliver allowed Suslov to enter the play literally behind Simchak. So obviously no one knew that Simchak was under pressure when the pass was played to him. Rebrov still unhappy with what he's seen today. But the big thing is his side aren't losing, which means they still can mathematically progress out of the group. But a win would be so much better. A win would be absolutely massive for Ukraine. Would put them right back into it. Here is Zabani to Zinchenko. Back to Zabani. Into Matvienko. Fired into Shaparenko, who dinks it over the top looking for Yaremchuk. Yaremchuk brings it down. He puts it over Dubravka. It's off the line. No, it's in. And Yaremchuk gives Ukraine the lead. It's a lovely ball over the top and pushed past the goalkeeper by Yaremchuk. A lovely, lovely finish. Slovakia caught out, and that is a massive goal for Ukraine. Yaremchuk brought off the bench by Rebrov, and he isn't celebrating. He's breathing a sigh of relief, the manager, because that is a massive, massive goal for Ukraine. A lovely ball put over the top by Sudakov, and this is what I mean. He has not had a good tournament, but he is a creative genius. He is a brilliant number 10 on his day, and that's why he creates goals like that. Lovely, lovely ball over the top. Brought down well by Yaremchuk, pokes it past the goalkeeper. Dubravka should do better. And Skriniar getting back in, couldn't do enough to claw it off the line. Yeah, he'd already crossed the line before he even slid over. Rebrov, relief, Ukraine, that is a massive goal. Massive, massive goal. Tender play, 2-1 Ukraine. And suddenly, Slovakia, half an hour ago, Slovakia were, as it stood, going through to the knockouts, confirmed through. Now, Ukraine are right back in this game, right back in the group, draws these two teams level on 3 points. Puts Ukraine joint top before Romania-Belgium play tomorrow night. That is a massive, massive goal from Yaremchuk when his country needed it most. And Sudakov has had a bad tournament, but he comes up with the goods there, providing an incredible, incredible assist. And with 9 to play, now it's Slovakia the ones pushing for a goal. The ball is swung in, headed away by Simchak. Will fall to Obert. Plays it into Suslov. Suslov will swing it in. Not a bad ball. Head up. Near to the goal by Duda, but not good enough. Not Duda, sorry. He's come off. Kuchka. AJ onto the string, saying, that's a bit late. Look, that is absolutely fine, mate. Better late than never, as they say. And perfect timing as well to see the Ukraine second goal. And obviously, When it's the Euros, you never run out of football to watch. Still 2 games to come our way, but what a game this has been so far. 81 minutes of brilliant action. Ukraine were terrible against Romania, were really poor in the first half today, but in the second half, they have turned up. It looks like a different team. A different version of Ukraine has come out in this second half. It's the version of Ukraine that turned up in Euro 2020. And it's the version of Ukraine that have put themselves right back in with a chance of qualifying. If Belgium win tomorrow night, every single team in this group will be on 3 points going into the last game week. That is mental. This is why we love tournament football, eh? But a well taken goal by Yarmolenko. And now Slovakia, with 8 minutes to play, need to find a goal. Here's Overt to Lobotka. Across to Pekarik. Slovakia have now got on the ball. Ukraine have dropped deep. Ukraine are dropping in to hold on here. Give Slovakia a chance to get on the ball and try and create something. Just doesn't look like it's going to happen. It's not that Slovakia have been bad in the second half. Just Ukraine have stepped it up massively. Like, they've been really, really good. And Slovakia, at the end of the day, I think similar to Portugal, Czechia, similar to Italy, Albania, at the end of the day, quality prevails. Although that is a bad tackle from Jurenchuk, bringing down Skriniar and conceding a free kick in a good opportunity. It's a silly one. Skriniar's not going anywhere. Just takes him out for no reason. Gets himself into the book. And now Slovakia have a chance from this set piece to draw this game level again. Roman Yaremchuk could be a hero for Ukraine if they hold on here. Absolutely massive goal in this game. Here is Slovakia though, over this set piece. Kuchka over it. He will have a go, and that is high, and that is wide, and that is a waste. A good opportunity from a set piece, fired over the goal. Never going to trouble Trubin. And now Ukraine turn to their bench once more. Another 2 changes. It will be Malinovsky coming on. So Mudryk is going to be replaced. A decent game for Mudryk. Has played really, really well. Caused a lot of problems. Incredible pace, explosiveness with the ball. But yes, so Mudryk will come off. And so will... Who else has come off? Just trying to work out. Who was come off here? Brazko. So Brazko and Mudryk have come off, and Malinovsky and Sidorchuk have come on. So Sidorchuk into the pivot, Malinovsky out wide. Gary says gone for the Mudryk approach. Yeah. That free kick was miles away. To be honest, apart from that terrible effort in the first half, Mudryk's played a good game. Equally, everyone for Ukraine has stepped it up at least 5 times better from what happened in that first 45. And again, they've won it won it high up the pitch here, but the flag has gone up from Stuart Burt. I'm not quite sure why he's put his flag up. Apparently it's offside. I don't know how that's offside. Never mind. Another change for Slovakia. Their last change. Shran's coming off. 2 goals in 2 games for him. And he is being replaced by Sauer. Skriniar to Valvo. Slovakia needs something now. Obviously, they are still on 3 points. But a point, the win, or even a point, would be enough to practically see them through. Here is Sauer. Cuts inside, skips past one. Was brought down, and Martin Oliver will give the free kick. So a chance again for Slovakia from a set piece. Sustov's going to take this one instead after watching Kushka leather it over the, bar like he's playing rugby. Silly there from Malinovsky. And now it will be Suslov to swing the ball in for Slovakia. Suslov, not a bad ball in, punched away by Trubin. Will be recycled by Suslov. On the right hand side now, knocks it back to Lobotka. Good game for Stanislav Lobotka. I don't think Slovakia played badly. I think most players from Slovakia had a good game. Just Ukraine stepping it up, bringing the quality in the second half, and Slovakia just haven't been able to cope. That's a lovely ball, slotted through, looking for Kuchka. Can't quite find him though. Out for a Ukraine goal kick. 3 to play then. In Dusseldorf, 3 minutes away for Ukraine picking up their first win of the tournament. And what a difference a few days can make. Monday, they were put to the sword by Eduard Iordanescu's brilliant Romania side. Today, though, a brilliant response, especially in the second half, to go a goal behind, but to bounce back with 2 well-taken goals. And if they hold out here, this would be a very big victory. And also, it means that Jack's got a prediction right again. It's getting boring now. It's not fun. What's the point of making predictions if you know the scoreline, eh? Skriniar to Valvo. Inside to Stanislav Lobotka. Into Lobotka again. Across to Obert. Here is Sauer. In one back by Malinowski, and he wins a throw. And the celebrations for a throw are incredible. Ukraine holding on here. 2 now to play. Minutes ticking by for Slovakia. Thumped up the pitch by Matvienko. Looking for Yaremchuk. Ukraine not interested in pressing now. Interested in sitting back. Interested in holding on to the win. To the 3 points. Skriniar trying to find a way through. Bringing it forward. Plays it to Obert. Obert puts it in and wins a corner. Slovakia, you feel they're running out of chances. And a corner like this is a massive opportunity. Ball will be swung in. Outswinger. Will they play it short? Suslov has gone over for the conversation. But surely, at this point in the game, you just put it in the mixer. And that is what they'll do. Swung into the box. Headed up and headed over by Valvo. And Trubin will take his time about this goal kick. And now the question will be, as we look to the clock, how many minutes of additional time are we going to get in this game? Trubin still doesn't put the ball down. He'll probably pick up a yellow card for his time-wasting efforts. Should have been a corner. Comes off there to Matvienko. But Ukraine won't care. Just another prediction now. Yeah. Once again, as it stands, still time. We are going to see an additional 5 minutes then. 5 minutes. A lot can happen in 5 minutes. You can do a lot of things in 5 minutes. And one of those things is score a goal in a game of football. So Slovakia will have time here to find a goal. What will be a crucial goal as well. Because even a draw for Slovakia today will be enough to give them a very good chance of qualifying. And they've managed to win a corner. Yes, they have. Again, another chance. Pekurik does really well there to win the corner. As Gary says, almost there. Almost there indeed. But you say the football doesn't stop after this. The action doesn't stop after this. Poland-Austria following this game. Netherlands-France to finish off the evening. Brilliant day of football ahead. And we've still got 5 minutes here to see the conclusion of this game. Another change, a final change for Ukraine. Shaparenko will be the one to make way. The goal scorer of the first one. The equaliser. A tidy finish. So Shaparenko has come off. He has been replaced. But the ball will be swung in then for Slovakia. Headed away. Will fall to Valvo. He's kicked it into his own foot. That's a big chance. And it's the one man you don't want to fall to. Talo Vierov came on for Shaparenko, by the way, another defender in there. But Valvo, the corner, was headed away to about the penalty spot, and the right centre half volleys it into his standing leg. The one man you didn't want that to fall to. Slovakia still pushing, but they've conceded a throw. And the roar from Sudikov to win that throw. Suslov's not happy because Sudikov did kind of roar in his face. And he didn't really appreciate that, so then he went over and had a few words with him. Yeah, a bit unnecessary from Sudikov, but it's passion. It is passion. Still time, though. Malinowski gets a foot on it. It's a bit messy. People on the floor. It is hooked up the pitch. Dubravka will recycle it, though. Just over 2 minutes to play. Rebrov is telling everyone just to stay as you are. Hold that line. Hold your banks. Don't let them through. Headed away from Simchak. Flicked on by Ukraine. The ball longing down the line, looking for Zubrov. Can't find him, but now they've got to work hard to get back in Ukraine because they've got a few people forward here. Cut out again by Simchak. Hooked away by somebody in there, sorry. And that is out and put out for a Slovakia throw. A minute and a half to play. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 2. Is there time for one last push from Slovakia? If there is, it's got to be now. Here is Obert. He goes for the crossfield ball. Zinchenko, header only as far as Suslov, who cuts inside well. Big tackle from Zinchenko. Still with the ball are Slovakia. Vavlo across to Lobotka. Obert out wide to Sauer. Sauer cuts in. Sauer delivers. Headed away by Zinchenko once again. Falls to Lobotka once again, though. Him and Skriniar player 1-2. Lovely little flick. Here is Obert. Into Lobotka again. Lobotka into Milan Skriniar, who has a go from range. Charged down by Yaremchuk. Skriniar with the ball again. To Valvo. Lovely little turn inside. Goes back to Skriniar. 30 seconds on the clock. We saw a 95th minute equaliser yesterday. Will we get another one today? Here is Sauer. Falls back to Slovakia. Skriniar out wide to Pekarik. It's wide. Here's Suslov taking on. Oh, it's brilliant. It's a goal kick. I thought it was a corner. Suslov there. I thought he'd done well to win a corner, but he hasn't. It's out for a goal kick, and you think that will be that. Trubin again taking his time over the goal kick. Will look to just smash it up the pitch. As far away from his goal as possible. Rebrov looks relieved. His side looked to have rescued it from a losing position. And Michael Oliver blows the whistle. And that was a hard-fought game. A very good game. Ukraine are delighted with that one. A win, keeping them in Euro 2024 after they went behind for a lovely goal from Schranz. A well-fought game, as I said. Rebrov and Calzona going head-to-head, producing a pretty good game. Slovakia, it'll be tough, it'll be frustrating to lead in the game and to throw it away when a win or a draw would have seen them through to the knockouts, theoretically. A win would have confirmed them, a draw would have put them in a very good position. It's a tough loss to take for Slovakia. It is a big win for Ukraine. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 2. And as I've said, Jack got the prediction right again. What a shock. But as I said, football is coming thick and fast. Day 7 of Euro 2024 does not stop there. Poland-Austria will kick off in an hour's time. Join Jack for that one. And then we will be both back for an absolute spectacle at 8 p.m. Netherlands taking on France. A belter of a match. Gonna be a good one. 2 big games coming your way from Group D. But that is all from Group E today. Group E is back tomorrow night with Belgium, Romania, so join us for that one as well. Thank you to everyone who has joined me, but we will see you in an hour.